Well, very good morning, Dirtfish Rally friends. Friday morning, just heading into the first stage of Italia Sardegna. What a weekend we have in front of us. What a day we've got in front of us. 6 stages, 120 kilometres. The middle stage in that loop is going to be interesting. It's a brand new stage. We had to drive through it the other day. David Evans is with us this morning. David, I'm really looking forward to that middle stage in the loop stage too. We had a look at it. What are your thoughts?
Oh, incredible, Cole. What a challenge it's going to be. Just a bit of everything, some super quick stuff, some really twisty stuff, jumps. We are so keen, aren't we, to know, are they going to jump over that one near the end? Incredible. Yeah, it's just a huge challenge and quite different to what we've seen before in Sardinia.
And David, you are the barometer of temperatures and weather, and you are our go-to weather man. What's the weather going to do today?
It's going to be chilly, Cole. I'm going to get my jacket out soon.
It's got to be 32.5 degrees before David takes his jumper off. And we might get that, by the way. Forecast up to 35 degrees in the centre of the island. Don't quite think we're going to get there. Elvin Evans has his little routines in the morning. We never want to disturb him. But the man that doesn't mind being disturbed in the morning, come this way. Cameraman, let's have a quick word with Yoni. Yoni, very good morning to you. You're going through your morning routines. It's going to be a tough day out there today.
Yeah, especially the temperature can be quite high, and also the starting position is super demanding.
What have they given you in terms of gaps? You're asking for 4 minutes because obviously dust could be an issue out there. Have they given you 4 yet or not?
No, it's normal 3 minutes.
3 minutes. Oh, that could be interesting. What are your thoughts on the dust situation?
Let's see.
And it's not so bad for these guys being second on the road. Here we go, superstar. Colin Clark, good to see. Everything okay with the back there? You seem to have a little bit stiff in the shoulder. Are you okay?
Yeah, a little bit stiff.
Ooh, is that an injury or just because you're such an athlete that sometimes you have these little issues?
He's getting old.
He's getting old. That is true. That is absolutely true. What is that?
Correct answer.
It's just loosening it up in the morning to get it going. Listen, what do you think of these stages today? It's not your favourite rally, this one, is it?
No, but it's gonna be quite nice stages today, to be honest. The new one is quite interesting. Narrow, a bit too fast in places, long straights, but I think it's still gonna be a big challenge.
That stage is for the bravest of the brave drivers, I suspect. And I'd put you right up there in terms of bravery.
Let's see.
Some people say madness, I say bravery. Colin Clark. Yeah, listen, it's not been his favourite rally. I think one podium, David Evans again, one podium I think he's had here in all his trips to Sardinia.
And Monza in all his trips to Italy.
How odd is that? You're a man that's achieved and can achieve more than anyone, more than Loeb has achieved if he chooses, more than I suspect Ogier has achieved, and he's only had one podium here. That's interesting. Now, Elvin Evans and Scotty Martin, they're in their car, they're heading off. All a little bit tight. Let's move away from the car. A little bit loud. What we're going to do, we're going to head back down the road, see who else we can find. Come on. Yeah, there we go. That was a wasted trip, wasn't it? I was heading back to the main roads as Ogier passed us. Okay. We do have a little bit of time. Sebastian Ogier will be, 6 minutes behind Elvin Evans on the road. So 6 minutes for Vinny and Seb to get themselves together. Let's just keep a wee bit of space here. There we are, Tanak. So for me, these are the two boys to watch this weekend. Sebastian Ogier. Yeah, there might be a slight decrease, if you like, in his ultimate pace, but the knowledge, the experience, the savviness continues to grow for Ogier, and that is what you might need this weekend. It could well be a strategic rally as opposed to anything else. Let's just wait and see whether he comes out. He will do at some point, that's for sure. Have to say, I'm a little bit puffed. I'm not the athlete I once was. I'm not going to do sprints like that too often, I tell you. Taking me a minute or two just to get myself composed again. There he is. He is the quiet man of the co-driver pack. Vinny, look at that. He just goes about things so efficiently. Gets on with his job, does a magnificent job in the car. You can't really underestimate how difficult a position that was to fill. Sebastian Ogier, 8 times world champion, demanding, he knows exactly what he wants. Co-driver change, it's massive, it's absolutely massive. We saw him trying Benjamin Velas, for whatever reason, didn't work out. Huge pressure on young Vinny to perform, and he has performed magnificently over the last few years. A real testament to his professionalism. David, I sprinted about 100 metres that way, 100 metres back, and I'm struggling to catch my breath.
Would you like me to talk for a bit, Cole?
Yes, please. I'm looking at these flowers. Just have a look at this meadow behind us. How beautiful is that? A wildflower meadow, blues, yellows, whites, greens. That's magnificent.
Are they
Weeds.
And they're daisies.
They're weeds, but it looks beautiful. It looks absolutely beautiful. Morning, Vinny. How are you feeling this morning? A big day ahead for everyone.
Yeah, feeling good, thanks. And you?
Yeah, I'm very good. I'm just enjoying the beautiful scenery here with the lovely flowers. Stage 2, we think, is the tricky one. Anything in particular we should look out for in stage 2?
I mean, it's very, very fast for Sardinia stage, so let's see how it goes, but should be okay.
Good, yeah, it should be okay. We'll let him get on with his job. Now, this is interesting. Take a look here. Take a look at the champ's boots. Now, if you go back and look at our videos, there's a video from Portugal where Seb is sitting and he's basically taking his boots off, and he said they were black boots. And the car's silver reflects the heat, keeps the temperatures down. The black boots were retaining the heat. So he's gone for silver boots this weekend. Maybe that'll keep his feet a little bit cooler. We'll find out. We'll ask him the question tonight. They're very cool though. They really are very cool boots. I like those. Personalised. They look comfortable. Okay. Really, I'm not running again. I think my pulse rate's probably only just coming below 170. It's not clever. Oh, here we go. Here's a whole line of cars. Let's wander along then. Oit Tanak, the man that I think has stepped back up to that level of performance that we saw, well, all the way back in 2019. It's always been there. We've had glimpses of it. Who can forget Finland a few years ago in that Hyundai where he put in a tremendous performance? But for me, Portugal, yes, he didn't win, was one of the best drives we've seen from Tanak in a very, very long time. If he can maintain that level of performance, he's got a real chance this year. But for me, the big question mark, particularly here, and then when we get to Greece, is this car capable of delivering Tanak the results that his driving potentially deserves? We'll keep our fingers crossed. You know, it wasn't a huge issue, not a huge issue in Portugal, but it was enough. It was enough to knock him back and to ultimately mean that he wasn't going to win that one. Let's keep wandering along this way. Let's keep wandering. Let's just jump on Thierry as he comes out the car. It's very unfair of us to, but I'm going to. And Takamoto as well is there. Thierry, you were asking, we talked to you yesterday and obviously concerned about the dust. Can I tell you something that sounds very personal? You always smell beautiful in the morning. What is your aftershave? What aftershave?
Armani, I think.
Oh, yeah, it's very classy indeed. You asked last night for 4 minutes. They haven't given you 4 minutes yet. What do? You just get in and drive, I suppose?
Well, I'm not the only one asking for it, but yeah, I think for the first stage there's less of a risk. Maybe the last 2-3 Ks. The second stage is more of a problem. So we will see how it is in the first one, and then I'm sure if needed, they're gonna react.
Yeah, because there's no breeze. It's not going to blow, is it? It's not going to go anywhere at this time in the morning.
And it's very dry out there as well, so there will be dust for sure, but how long it stays in the air, we don't know.
Good. Well, listen, hopefully you deal with that well. Good luck out there today, Thierry Neuville. Yeah, you know, as Terry said, he's absolutely the only one. The only one, and I'll tell you this, who wouldn't be asking for 4 minutes is Elfyn Evans. Really, the dust situation might be the only thing that mitigates Evans' day out there, because you know, Sardinia is notoriously difficult for the first 2 or 3 cars on the roads. You know, but Elfyn was very magnanimous about it all. He said, look, 4 minutes, if they ask for 4 minutes, I'll back them, because he knows that it's a safety issue. And you know, what's great about the World Rally Championship drivers today, there's enormous unity in terms of their approach to the FIA, to the organisers. And even although Evans might be disadvantaged effectively by 4 minutes, he'll support his fellow drivers because he knows it's a safety issue. Now, Taka-san, again, going through this routine, that's the pace notebook, but that's his little, first page of the pace notebook, his little reminders of what he's got to think about in this stage. And then he might look at the first couple of pages just to go through it. Some drivers can remember every single corner, almost every single note. Gus Greensmith is one that does. David, how does this compare to your morning exercise routines?
It's not quite as vigorous as my morning routine.
I can imagine. But look, it's all very, it's very particular. So, you know, if you're an athlete, you might go out for a 20, 30 kilometre cycle ride. You might do a 2 or 3 kilometre swim. You might go for an hour's run in the morning. That is not what these boys need. What these boys need is to loosen up the joints, the muscles, to stretch those muscles that they'll be using in the stage. David's got a thought on it.
How do you know any of that?
Because I'm using my vast experience. Listen, I once had a trial. I played, no, even better than that. I played a game of hockey against England.
Yeah, but I've seen you drive, Cole. You don't do any of it.
Yeah. But it's true. It's absolutely true. I mean, look, this neck exercise, because one of the biggest demands, and particularly, say, in Formula One, is on the neck muscles. They've got enormous G-forces on the necks, and their neck muscles are more pronounced than just about any other athletes other than Formula One and circuit athletes. Look at that. Can I do that? I get to there and it hurts. I get to there, David, and it hurts. And I get to there and it hurts. But I don't need to. So that's for the moments where...
Let's just say you even just do that.
No, I've done that a few times. It's tricky. It's what is it called?
H.
Thanks, mate. But you know what? It comes to us all. It really does. Martin, how are you feeling this morning?
Yeah, really good.
Are you guys in a good place right now in terms of your preparation, in terms of what you expect this weekend? It's a rally you've loved in the past.
So far, so good, I would say.
Yeah, you're checking the tyre pressures there. What do we know about potentially tyre wear, tyre use this weekend? Did the test tell you anything?
Yes.
Nothing he's going to share with me, though. Martin, good luck. Good luck out there this weekend. Always great to see him. Let me have a look at his watch. Has he got the new Champions watch on? It is a Champions watch, gold for Champions. What does it say on it? It says, can't really read that. A quick good morning, Taka. I'm very sorry. Am I interrupting?
No problem.
Oh, that's very kind. Taka-san, not to put any pressure on you, but David Evans, my very, very illustrious colleague here.
So now it's everything your fault now?
No. David Evans has you down in his top 3 as the winner here this weekend. I've got you as a podium, but David has every faith in you this weekend.
Yeah, I tried my best, of course, but this is demanding rally, so I don't try to too much expect. So, but yeah, I just try to do my best, and hopefully it's going well.
I know it's one that you've had 1 or 2 issues on, but at the start of the year, is it one of those rallies that you think, this is an opportunity with road position? I have an opportunity here.
Yeah, here in the Greece, obviously that's one of the big thing. Luckily, its weather is like this, so it helps a bit. Also depends on feeding on the stage 1 here. So
I'm going to let you crack on. I'm going to go around and speak to my favourite Irishman, Aaron Johnson, or favourite man from the island of Ireland, Aaron. Dust, 3-minute gaps. What can you do? Can you do anything knowing it might be dusty? Do you discuss it with Taka before the start of the stage about how you might react if you come across dust? Is there anything you do in preparation for dust?
Not really. Just eat it first thing in the morning is really the preparation. So, yeah, if it's tricky like this and the visibility is low, you can always repeat and try to do it like this. But yeah, there's not so much you can do, unfortunately. You know, the 3-minute gaps is on the limit, but then for the itinerary, 4-minute gaps is quite difficult for the organiser, so it's a catch-22 situation.
It really is. Tell me just very briefly, if you've got time, about that repeat situation, because I've always thought, well, what if the driver gets confused? Is there a very definite tone, a very definite delivery style when it's a repeat?
Yeah, I think, especially when it comes in the dust, it can be processed quite easily, the repetition, but yeah, you just make sure, and I think it's quite clear.
Good stuff. It always is from you, Aaron Johnson. Best of luck, our favourite crew. David, come back this way. You are beavering away here, David Evans. What are you beavering away with? The social media? Beavering away with?
A little bit, Cole. A little bit of that, but actually just getting very, very excited. excited about the day ahead. There's something always incredibly special before the first stage, and you know, sometimes we have the super special on a Thursday night, kind of exciting, but there's nothing like this feeling. You know, they're in there. It's all happening right now, and you know, the World Championship. We're writing another chapter. The direction of the championship could have changed dramatically, and I'm standing here talking to you. So perhaps we should go and.
Yeah, no, we're waiting for drivers. We are waiting for drivers. But I totally agree with you. There is something very different about the atmosphere of an opening stage on a Friday morning. And I'm not against Thursday night super specials. I think they're a great idea. But there is something about that anticipation early Friday.
You don't get it on a Saturday or a Sunday because it's a step into the unknown. And we've talked, you know, chapter and verse about this second stage, but there's so much to go on in the first stage as well. So it's great. It's fantastic. And you can sense the anticipation. You know, this, when you watch Formula One, you talked a bit about Formula One earlier, some people are really privileged to go and stand on the grid. We're standing on the grid right now, and to hear the cars starting, it's incredible. You know, it's what we're here for.
No, absolutely right, David, absolutely right. And you can feel that anticipation. And there is, last time I remember, not really this level, because we're not at the same level. Remember Japan a few years ago, it was chucking it down with rain going into the opening stages. And I think Taka-san went off, and Sordo went off, and who else went off? Neuville went off eventually, but I think also Formaux went off. There was real tension in the air that morning when we were talking to them.
Maybe that's the only thing that we're missing here, is just a bit of intrigue about what the weather. It's not going to rain. Alistair, take a look up to the sky. There's not a cloud to be seen up there. You know, and that when you get the opening stage of Monte, okay, that is a Thursday evening. There's nothing like that. You know, where does that snow line come in? Where's the ice? Where's the black ice? It's great, but I mean, there are so many unknowns in there. It's fantastic.
Well, let me tell you, look back at the history of this event. Friday morning has generally been where the real drama, the real action has shown itself. Now, top drivers into the stage. We're still waiting for a few more, so we'll wait till they turn up and we'll come back to you in just a second. Oh, well, that was quicker than I thought it was going to be. Don't think we went anywhere there, did we? Adrien Formaux, a man that needs a really good result this weekend. A man that's capable of delivering a really good result, and his road position should give him the opportunity to deliver a good result. Let's go have a word with him, see if he turns his engine off. It's all very tight here. It's a very narrow access road. As you can see, we've run down here. We haven't driven down. It'd be impossible to drive down and drive back. Yeah, not a lot of time, I'd have to say. There's a little bit of traffic on the liaison route up here, and that makes it just a little bit more, I wouldn't say stressed, but it puts a little more pressure on those pre-stage routines that all our crews go through. See if we can grab a quick word with Mon Ami. Just, what's he doing there? What are you doing there, Mon Ami? What's that? And you leave it there during the event?
Yeah, I cannot wear it.
Ah, and it stays there, it doesn't move?
No.
Okay. How are you feeling this morning, Mon Ami? Big opportunity today with road position.
Yeah, for sure. In Sardinia, it's always good to have a nice road position, so we'll see what we can do with that.
What's your feeling on the dust, though? Are you worried?
First stage should be fine. I'm not worried a bit with the stage 2. It's under the trees on the fast, and yeah, we might have some hanging dust, so yeah. We'll see.
You've been really quick this year. You need some consistency. Is this your rally to find that consistency and take that win?
We'll try. We'll try.
Go on, Mon Ami. Come on, Mon Ami. I don't like to put pressure on him. That's unfair. But he is really capable. He's really capable of winning rallies now. He has the pace. He has the knowledge and the experience. He needs to find just something to allow him to craft his way through the events. If he is there Friday, Saturday and then Sunday, I think he's got a chance. I think he's got a real chance. Now, Marco Salminen, Sami Pajari. Let's go and have a chat with Marco. Oh, Marco. Good morning. Just trying to think, Marco. I mean, I know you've been to Sardinia a few times. How many times have you competed here?
I don't know.
A few?
5, 6.
Okay, there we go. So plenty of experience. Don't forget, Marco was very much, you were involved with the Toyota Juniors, weren't you, over the years? Did you do the event with those boys? Who have you done the event with in the past?
Yeah, I did also with Takasan 2 times, 17 and 18. And then I have done also with Yuki Yamamoto.
Okay. And it's a particularly challenging event, this one, isn't it? What's the target for you and your driver this weekend?
You should ask Sami.
I'm going to ask Sammy. That's a very good point. Best of luck. There he is. There he is. Guess who it is? My favourite Sammy. Yeah, we're just saying, Sammy, it's a challenging event that presents opportunities, particularly with maybe road position advantage. But you have a plan, and I guess you're going to stick to that plan this weekend.
Yeah, I guess.
Tell me about that plan.
What plan?
Well, the plan that you've had all year and the plan for this event in terms of how you manage your rally. Because it's not about, we all know how fast you are, and I guess the plan is maybe not to prove speed, it's to prove the fact you can learn the stages.
Yeah, exactly. But I guess also step by step would like to be a bit faster as well. So we will see. Maybe the road position helps us. So if the feeling is good or like okay, then never know.
See, this year's a strange one for you because your career has been all about fighting and battling, and every year you've had a challenge and you've fought and you've won. But this year it's not about that. Is that difficult in terms of the mindset to maybe just readjust a little bit?
Sometimes it is a bit. At least it's quite unusual.
Listen, you're watching that there. Anything interesting so far?
No.
Looks pretty clear, doesn't it? Yeah, that's a little bit of, I guess that might be Evans, it might be Kalle Rovanperä. It looks fast though. Best of luck, Sammy.
Thank you.
Good result possible. He was magnificent on the Saturday in particular in Portugal. Magnificent, fighting with Elfyn Evans. That was his opportunity. It is a very different situation. As I say, he's from the Finnish Championship to the Rally 2 Championship. It's always been about fighting, battling, competing. This year is not about competing for Sami Pajari. It's about learning. And that's a very different mindset and one that might take a little bit of getting used to. Josh McErlane, another one where, it is a year to learn, it's a year to gain experience. But what McErlane is showing is progress. Rally by rally by rally, he progresses. And he showed, again, some good pace. I'm very sorry, Ian, how are you? Oh, good to see you. Let's go and have a little word. What's he watching? Oh, thank goodness, he's turned that off. Jeez. It's all a bit noisy, isn't it? Now, what's happening in the stage, Josh?
The goats just took 10 out of everyone.
How much?
10.
Who?
Ogier.
Ogier's taken 10 out of the first two.
Yeah.
Goodness me. What that tells me is, yeah, he is the GOAT. You're quite right. It also tells me there's an enormous cleaning effect going on there.
Yeah, but Tanik's slower behind, so...
What do I know? I know nothing. The GOAT is the GOAT.
You're right.
Wow. There is an opportunity here for you. But we were saying to Sammy, that we're saying he's in quite an interesting position because all through his career, it's about fighting, battling, competing to win every year. This year's very different for him, and it's a different mindset. Similarly, I guess, for you, you've got to readjust a little bit.
Yeah, you're in with the big boys, so you have to be realistic and get the experience because each rally you go to, there's something new, and especially with these cars, there's a lot to take from it.
And this one you know a little bit, so you'll be able to maybe again put that knowledge to good use.
Maybe.
Can't wait to see it. We're enjoying the battle of the M Sport cars. Best of luck.
Thank you.
There we go. Josh McErlane. The GOAT. The GOAT is doing what GOATs do and being the greatest. Phenomenal start from Ogier. Again, we saw it with Sebastian Ogier in when we were in Portugal a couple of weeks ago. He used all that knowledge. He used that brain. He knew that it wasn't about flat-out speed. This morning it is. Making the maximum of the position he's in and trying to build a decent lead out there, knowing that the guys coming behind could potentially have more favourable conditions. But Ogier looks great. McErlane, these two boys, and Tracy. How do we say your surname?
Tracy.
Just Tracy?
Yeah. It's my first name that normally catches people.
But how do we pronounce that properly then?
Owen.
Just Owen, not Ian, not...
No. It's okay. I normally respond to Ian in Europe. In Ireland, it's Owen.
I will always call you Owen from now on. Yeah. I'm not great, am I? Owen Tracy, it's dead easy. It sounds like a kind of Boston detective's name, doesn't it? You know what I mean? You can imagine one of those detective series from the 60s with Owen Tracy.
I don't know if I'm cool enough to pull that off now.
You are, my friend. There we are, folks. What a day we have in front of us. As we talked about, beautiful blue skies, high temperatures, a road cleaning effect all day, a really challenging second stage in the loop, the potential for dust. My goodness me, this could be another classic Friday morning here at Rally Italia Sardegna.